Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is episode 29 of this trailer camper conversion project. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Since episode 28, there's actually been a lot of changes that we've done to the campers, a lot of improvements because we've taken it on so many trips at this point, and I wanted to just share some of it with you guys. My dad started helping us because of my injury. I can no longer help Kyle, and we've started to paint it. Basically, we're putting the primer on first, which wasn't an easy job because it actually is very hard to get the paint to stick on this porous wood material that we use as an outer siding for this camper. I want to show you guys the modification that we did to the mesh covering on the loft area here. In the last video, you guys saw that we just did Velcro, but the Velcro was not very strong, so we would have to use glue and all that jazz to make it more durable. But in the end, we just thought we'll just staple it. So my dad actually asked me if I wanted to have this sewn instead. I'm kind of in a hurry, so I just stapled it. And I thought, well, it doesn't really bother me that it's stapled instead of being sewn together. So I just used staplers to staple it. And with that said, we were ultimately gonna use magnets to have this close here. So there'd be like a few magnets placed on an interval here. That way there's some sort of a seal in case there's bugs. And up there, we installed a small 1x2. We didn't want to staple it on the roof because there's a bunch of wiring on the roof and we don't want to accidentally puncture any of the wiring. This is what the back looks like. So we just staple gun it to the other side. Eventually we're gonna paint the inside of this camper also. That's why I didn't want to everything here, like those things, we're probably just gonna remove it. That's why they're just put on by sticky tape. I thought the Velcro tape works, but look what happens when you remove the Velcro tape. You see those marks? That's from the Velcro being removed. With the staple gun, of course you're gonna have small holes, but the holes might be small enough it wouldn't matter. Kyle's using the sprayer this time.
I used exactly 2 gallons.
Yeah.
Just for the first coat.
So this is the latest setup of this camper. We are out here in one of the campgrounds. Actually, not dispersed camping. I'm actually here with my brother and my cousins. So here's my nephew. You guys probably remember my sister-in-law from the other moto camping videos. And no moto camping for them for a while, haha.
Unless, well, yeah, I don't have a bike anymore. That's true.
Yeah, no, but you can get it again. At least it's not devaluating while you're
sold it. It won't depreciate.
Yeah, before it's
worth $1,000.
Yeah, just then you'll have a chance to get a newer one. Right? And then Maddie would be riding a motorcycle maybe in 5 years.
Wow.
So here's my cousins. They're checking out the camper. AJ and Mark.
Nice. Nice.
Dude, look at this. Check this out.
Ooh.
There's a shower.
Here's the 65-gallon tank set up there. And Kyle is making sure that our
Putting the pressure in.
pump is working.
I put
so
a new 1/4 horsepower pump in and
we can shower.
it's having a problem here.
We also, at some point, we're gonna be installing the jack levelers. But in the meantime, we have these plates to just level out. And our latest modification is magnets this time. Because this is not soft enough. We basically don't have a real mattress. We have toppers. So we have a down topper up here, a Novaform topper, and then we're using a Thermarest luxury map, inflatable mattress basically, and then we have the Z foam on the bottom. Kyle is setting up a new pump. This pump is actually a stronger pump for our shower. That way we can have more water pressure. Is it easy to switch it out?
At home it would be. Here it's a little more complicated because I don't have everything, but I should be able to do it. This is 1/12 horsepower, and this is 1/4 horsepower, so 3 times the amount of pushing force.
Yep. Good morning, guys. It is raining lightly. It actually rained a bit stronger overnight. I heard it. They left all their stuff outside. This is why I always pack it back inside the tent. Even when we were moto camping, I never leave anything outside of the tent because they just get dirty overnight. But yeah, now their stuff is all wet. Boiling a pot of water for my coffee. I actually have a new coffee system today. Callie's so happy to be here, and she is the only dog right now. Since my travel pour over coffee setup was stolen, I started experimenting with these. So this is another brand called Kuju Coffee. The other one I got last time, I can't remember the name now, but I do not like it because it is actually sweet. So hopefully this one is just regular coffee because I don't like anything sweet like coffee. It doesn't taste good to me. And you do this. And I want to see if it's good because this is like, it's called Kuju Coffee from Sprouts.
Okay.
And it's like $10 for 6 packets. So it's pretty good.
For 6,
yeah, for camp coffee, you know. Somehow I lost the footage afterwards, so I would just like to tie off loose ends and say that Kuju coffee was okay. It's medium roast, and I actually am a fan of light roast, which they do not have pre-packaged like that. So ultimately, when I camp, I always just bring my own coffee beans because I'm a little bit picky in terms of, you know, if I am desperate and I don't have time, because lately I've been really busy and I'm always injured. This injury is taking forever to heal. So I just get that one because so far that's the best selection out there for camp coffee. Anyways, enough coffee. I hope you enjoyed the first half of the updates. There's been many days of working on the camper here and there. In the meantime, we've been taking it out, you know, almost every weekend. And the second half is going to be interesting because a lot of you guys have been waiting for this. Here's the new suspension. Here's the new axle. And look what happened here. The clearance is very off, so
There wasn't enough clearance behind the tire, so it's been rubbing up against the liquid rubber. And actually, look at that, the metal too.
yeah.
That's metal, that's sheet metal.
We just couldn't wait, so we keep taking it out regardless.
That's what happened to the inside of the tire
Yep.
there. So.
Yeah, we knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, we knew to some degree it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I would have hoped that metal would have been clear, but I guess not. So what we'll have to do is chip this all off and then just, you know, reseal this here, make it look a little better.
We are using 2 motorcycle jacks and 2 car jacks and a bunch of jack stands to be on the safe side. This side is not as bad. Kyle's removing the left side suspension as we speak. The axles are coming off.
There we go. Perfect.
That worked out well.
3,500. It was a 3,500 pound.
Oh, that's even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3,500 pounds, guys. The
They
stock
overrated
axle
they underrated the axle.
for liability reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're putting on a 3,500 pound axle, but it's wider by I think 2 or 4 inches or something like that, and it's set up for overslung, so the things will ride on top of it.
So Kyle is putting together the new axle, which is also actually 3,500 pounds capacity, but it is wider, and it comes with brakes, so it's safer. Anything else to add, Kyle?
It's wider, it's got brakes, and it's set up for overslung according to the seller. So that means the springs can go on over it instead of under it, and we should get a bunch of additional ground clearance. Kind of pleased to say that the original axle was 3,500 pounds, which is probably how we didn't break an axle on all those trails instead of it being 2,000. So that's good, but hopefully this one will give us a little extra length.
Putting it together is so simple.
Yeah, it's like Legos, kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice, actually. I've never done this before, but it literally only fits one way. Like this, it won't fit if you turn it 90 degrees, so I think I'm doing it right. Well, I was planning on torquing it until it feels good, but no. I looked it up online, and they say that for half-inch bolts, which is what these are, the torque spec should be anywhere from 45 to 70, which is an enormous range. So I've decided to pick like 60 or 65 and go for that.
What's your opinion, Washington? Are we picking the right torque spec?
For liability reasons, he doesn't want to comment.
Okay. It's time to put the new axle under.
I gotta put one in on each side, and then we should be good. So.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? There we go. There we go. Go.
Now that you got it seated, try to put a bolt in there at the bottom.
Perfect.
When you do
Yeah, it's all done.
yeah, okay. As long as everything is all inside, the bolts are all in,
Yeah.
then you start tightening, and you have to do it by sequence. You can just tighten one bolt completely and then do the other one. You have to do like by sequence all of it. That was a really
Thank you, Ted. Wow.
the concept is so easy, but like fitting it, it took a while. It took us 2 hours. That's crazy. We were having a hard time with fitting the other side of this on that side, so we had to loosen this bolt, and the technique that worked was putting in, this one is stationary, so we fitted this side first, and then literally just put a bolt through and put a little bit of thread to bite in, and then position the back end last with this one loosened, and then basically everything has to be loose, otherwise it's gonna be even harder because there's no leeway. Unfortunately, they ruined the casing on shipping. As you can see here, it's bent, so Kyle's trying to use a crowbar to fix it, which I think it's actually working. We ended up also upgrading the wheels and tires, as you can see here, and it's dramatically improved the ground clearance of the camper. It might not be obvious in this picture from before, but it really dramatically increased, and we felt that when we are driving with the trailer, it's more stable on the freeway. It feels like you have more control when you're driving. As to before, we have to really be super slow, almost driving 50 miles an hour, and really in California, some parts of California, it's really windy, and you can feel the sway, especially if you pass by big rigs and big lorries. You can feel that the trailer wants to do this, but now it's very solid, so we're really happy with that. Unfortunately, We tend to find campsites late at night. We just got into this habit, and we got into a little accident, as you can see here. Yeah, it's kind of sad because I'm not sure if we could have avoided that other than not going to find a campsite really late at night when we're both tired. We got into this really almost narrow track, and everything was all good until there was a fallen log on the road. We've been walking the paths and we figured, oh, we'll walk this much, come back, drive, and I guess we just missed that one, given that around that time it was already 9 or 10. I lost track of time. We didn't really find camp until midnight. So after we almost got stuck there, and we didn't have a winch. I don't think we brought a winch actually. We do have one. We didn't bring it, and the ratchet straps kind of help a little bit. So Kyle strapped these ratchet straps on the tree, and lo and behold, it actually worked, and we were able to move the large fallen tree like a little bit out of the way. But that was after we've already scraped the trailer trying to go through it. But anyways, the good news is that since we built the trailer, we know how to fix it. It's just a pain because, you know, it's just basically we've given ourselves now more work to do. But it is what it is. I mean, you go off-roading, you crash your bike, you have to fix it. Similar thing anyway. So yeah, that's the most update of updates with this trailer and camping. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. As always, your comments are welcome in the comment section down below, and if you have suggestions on what type of videos for the future, that's also welcome in the comment section. It doesn't have to be related to the video that I'm showing to you guys right now, and you guys know that. See you in the next one. Bye.